Alright, hey, good evening everybody. Today we're going to be going over Phase 1 of the Sith Triumphant Raid. Maybe you already know this, maybe you guys don't know this, find it frustrating, specifically Phase 1, because Darth Nihilus, and there's really no method to the madness as far as when he's going to do his annihilate, so on and so forth. So I'm going to try and show you guys how I approach it. So the first team we'll do is a Thrawn, Asajj, Death Trooper. That's not Death Trooper. Death Trooper, Shore Trooper, and our favorite CLS. I have Thrawn's unique Zated, I have Asajj's unique Zated, I have CLS's unique Zated. I don't have just the Death Trooper Zeta just because it's really not necessary because you're not running Krennic with this team. But the Zetas help add damage, but if you kind of understand the method of the madness and how this all works. So the first, I'm just going to kick turn meter over to her. We are doing the bigger phase now, so this is all going to be a little different, but smack, since we killed him, put death mark on there, hit him. Now he's going to drain force. Now notice it was at 7 and now it's at 4. That's because Asajj has a debuff and Shore Trooper has a debuff. So let's do the fracture to get all that bonus damage. Do CLS's just to get that extra damage. I'm going to use Death Trooper's special that Thrawn gives him. Hit. Now his protection comes up based off of how many positive status effects. So we hit it. Basic attack, CLS smacks. Now here he's going to do 2 attacks, so I'm safe. I know he's only going to take 2 turns, and I know, boom, so now it's 1. I know that on this next turn, just because I've done it enough times, he's going to call his peeps to assist. Bam, bam. Kick turn meter, back over to CLS, just to get a little more damage in there. Now he's going to call he's going to hit, and then now we're at drain force. Alright, so this turn I'm going to have to use my Shore Trooper in order to get in there, and we're going to skip his turn to get fracture back faster. We're going to smack. CLS is going to hit him. He's going to do that, and then he's going to drain force. Now this next turn, Shore Trooper has to use his shield. Come over here. Smack that guy. She's going to get it. Death Trooper to do that. Smack him. Fracture. Asajj's special here. He annihilates because he's got his special up. Now he's going to heal. Now you don't have to use Shore Trooper. If you have, really to be honest with you, any healer, it's going to do the same, essentially the same thing for you. Now it's going to hit. Now what you want to avoid to do is use basics as often as possible. So I'm going to use his special. Shore Trooper, I'm going to use his special. Now watch, he's going to do his drain force, right? I'm going to do its binds all things, and then smack again, so I'm not getting that negative status effect, right? So right now Asajj, she's already got the negative status effect. So watch, he's going to do his drain force here in a second, and it's going to count. Here's a special. One more time here. Kick turn meter. CLS. Smack him. Boom. He's going to drain force. It's only going to go down 1. Now we come in here. She smacks him. He hits. He fractures. He smacks again. And Shore Trooper heals. Now we can use Asajj's big AoE here. She hasn't ramped up enough to really be killing people yet. Let's take a look here. So I've got no bars. He's going to hit twice. So I'm going to take a risk here. I'm going to do the shield just because I have 3 shields right now, because I don't know if he's going to call his buddies or if he's going to take a turn. Take a turn. Alright, so I wasted that shield, but that's fine. Now that I know, call to action, Smack him. Waste that. She's going to lose her shield. I'm going to use Death Trooper because he has a massive heal, more so than Thrawn does. I'll show you that in a second. Turn me over to Asajj. She's my big damage dealer because I have that Zeta on her. He smacks, and now look, he's back up to his Force Drain. I want to, again, avoid using basics as much as possible. Kick that over. Let's get a heal. Asajj smacks. Do not use Fracture yet, because we want to do this. He killed my Death Trooper. That's fine, I'll take it. Fracture. Smack. Now notice he's 2 for 2 right now in the top here for his move, so he's going to take 2 attacks, which means I don't have to really worry about somebody using their shield yet. Bam, and there you go. It's going to be 1 and 1. Asajj uses her mass AoE, drops him. I'm going to use Shore Trooper's shield just because I have Thrawn as a backup. Asajj just hits harder, so you might as well. Smack. Fracture. So now, because the situation is what it is, I'm going to use Thrawn here. I'm going to use Thrawn here to use his shield. Alright, and that's going to force him to hit him now. Save Shore Trooper's heal so he can heal our favorite person. Boom. Actually, it's game over. Just get as much damage at this point as you can. Really, what you're wanting to do is you should always want to get to enrage. You never not want to get to enrage. It's just you're cheating yourself in the damage output. Unless Death Trooper, I could have racked up a little bit more damage with the death mark, but it is what it is. And 1.4, I'll take it. Not too bad. You can see Asajj at 400,000 is my superstar, CLS at 290, and so on and so forth. So 1.4, not too bad for that run. Come in here. I'm going to take a Vader, Nihilus. I'm going to take Papa Palp, take my boy Scion, and then it's going to seem weird, but I'm going to take, where are you at, girl? Barriss Offee. I do not have Barriss' Zeta, though that would help out in this battle, but here we go. Again, kind of the same concept here. Let's see if we can land some debuffs. Get everybody. Papa Palp gives some additional offense. Scion does a Drain Force. And it's kind of a sham here because old boy does his Drain Force, it increases your Scion's cooldowns also, which is never a good thing. Now notice how I'm going to start with this team. I found that I rack up a lot of shields yet. Again, you want that shield on Barriss as often as possible, just because it's going to pay dividends for you later on. I use Vader because I have him Zeta'd, and I want to stack up as many dots as I can. Notice this next turn he's going to take 2 attacks, and it's going to put his Drain Force at ready for the next turn, and it's going to put his Annihilate at 2. You'll see, just right here, boom, boom. So 1 and 3. Again, sometimes the mechanics doesn't make sense. And I messed that up. So every attack you do after Nihilus does, it increases his tenacity, some ungodly amount. So, boom, get some extra damage in there. Smack him. Now he takes his turn, he drains. Boom, he's ready to annihilate. Now Barriss, she's going to be my girl. Alright, come in. Now it's 11. So he's going to either annihilate first, or he's going to call his people and then annihilate. Probably call his people and then annihilate. That's typically what happens, but we'll see on turn 11. Boom. Now notice Scion, because he has his hatred on Nihilus, he did an additional 29,000 damage, which is obviously nothing to complain about. Boom, annihilates, calls his people on turn 11. Again, I've noticed that almost every time. Scion's going to call his attention to himself. Barriss is going to do her outstanding heal, and the green grass grows all around. Boom. Let's get the 2-turn cooldown on that time. Watch, he's going to hit for another 29,000 additional damage. I'll get rid of him because I don't want him speeding my guy up. Now his drain force is back up. Now maybe I might land some more dots. I didn't because Nihilus sucks. But he's going to drain force. Now notice I have no negative status effects right now. There's nothing. Just try to avoid using specials at all costs, right? Boom, boom. And what that's going to allow you is to not, when he does his cooldown, it's only going to go to 3. Notice it's at 4, now it's at 3, 2. So 2 turns. Smack. I get Scion's additional damage here, which is going to be great. Smack. Again, I'm not worried right now about him doing his. So now I'm here, and I look at my team and I say, okay, who's the best person to do this with? And believe it or not, it's going to be Vader. Palpatine or Old Girl is probably the best ones that you want, but it's not going to happen this time. Hopefully, he doesn't kill Barriss. Well, that wasn't supposed to happen. Damn it. So here's another disadvantage I'll say to this team. Because Vader has a 25% chance to remove a 25% I think turn meter, this move will come and bite you in the ass just like it did. He removed enough turn meter that Scion took his turn, which kind of screwed me there. Come in here, Barriss has to heal or she's going to die. Smack again. He hits. Drain force. Smack. Again, I'm not worried about him annihilating right now because he's going to attack, possibly drain force or do a double attack like that. So I know this next turn he's going to drain force and then annihilate. So I'll put it back on Vader. And again, you're kind of, see how he just removed 25% turn meter? So we're going to try and see, now I'm screwed because of the fact that he removes turn meter here, and he's probably going to take out my Vader. Nope. So I was lucky. That's one of those moments where you get lucky. He brought his people back instead. Yeah, so I'm going to annihilate. Try to avoid annihilating and doing anything outside of that. Boom, he enraged, which is perfect timing. I get to do a couple more. I will show you another little trick. If you have somebody that has the shield, let them use their shield. It's just going to allow this enrage, well, unless he does that, but sometimes it allows that enrage timer to last a little bit longer. But we'll see how we did, even with losing Scion, who typically generates quite a bit of damage for me. Another 1.5. So 1.5, 1.4 million. Hopefully that kind of shows you. Every team I go in, believe it or not, I use Shore Trooper, I use Barriss Offee, I use Jedi Counselor, any of those healers, because they have an additional bonus coming into the match. So kind of key takeaways. He's going to get additional turn meter reduction turns removed for every debuff on the field. So if you use your basic, you have a chance of applying defense down. So if it's on 7 and 4 of your people have, you know, it's going to go down to 2 because it's going to take the turn and then all of the debuffs that you have on the field. You got to kind of remember that every time. So when you're using Vader, you want to avoid people using attacks. You want Vader to be your fastest guy. So when he takes a turn, it's Vader's turn. And he's able to apply those dots. If you have Nihilus as unique, there's a chance that it'll apply another dot. And then with Vader's unique, or leadership, the dots don't go away, and you'll kind of rack up damage that way. Yeah, he's kind of a pain in the butt. I can say that almost every time on turn 11, he's going to bring his people back. You kind of got to play the game and kind of see the mechanics on when to use your shields and when not to use your shields. I don't want to bore you guys and fight all 5 of my teams now, but there's maybe just a good example of what I do and how I get through phase 1. If you guys have any questions, let me know. Thank